Well, hello, all you ghosts and goblins out there. Are you ready to do a Halloween trash to treasure? Because I have the perfect one for you. Let's get started. In this episode of Flea Market Rescue, I'm going to teach you how to do a little bug taxidermy. And then we'll also dive into making some old poison potion bottles. And then we'll finish with a little WiTcHy's recipe box. Let's do this. So I stumbled across this lot of frames on Facebook Marketplace, and it was only $5, and this was perfect for our project. I took them and a plastic spider that I got at the dollar store for $1, and I took it outside and I sprayed them all black. I then left it outside and let that dry completely. Once our frames were dry, I cut an oval-shaped backing for each of the frames out of cardboard. You're just going to want to take a pencil and go around the shape of your frame so that you can get the perfect size for a backing. Then with scissors or a box cutter, you can go ahead and cut out your backing. It doesn't have to be perfect, but this is what it should look like. I did that on both frames. I then took black acrylic paint and I painted both of the cardboard backings. I then let those dry for about 10 to 15 minutes. I then bought some of this creepy cloth that I got at the dollar store, and we're gonna hot glue that to our backing. There's a lot of layers to the creepy cloth, so you're gonna want to unfold it. Just maybe 2 layers you're gonna want to use. If you use more than that, it's gonna be kind of bulky. If you use less than that, it's just not gonna give you a good effect. Now using scissors, you're going to want to cut out a piece that's big enough to go around your oval and also tuck in back so that we can hot glue in place. Now flip that over, and then you're going to want to start gluing that creepy cloth in place. Be careful so you don't burn your fingers on the hot glue. Work your way around until you have all the sides all glued down. I repeated the same process with the other frame. I got this huge fly at the dollar store, and it is perfect. I didn't have to spray paint it at all because I loved how the wings kind of stood out. So all we needed to do was just glue this onto our frame. Make sure to get enough glue on the body so that it's going to stay properly, and then also add a little glue to the feet too. This will just really ensure that it's going to stay on there good. Try removing any strings of hot glue that you see before you press it down onto the frame. Once you have your bug in place, press down firmly. Isn't this cool? I love this bug. Now we're going to do the same thing with the spider. And there you go, my friends. That is how you do bug taxidermy. So recently we went to Springfield, Ohio for the big antique show, and I was on the hunt for bottles. had every kind of bottle, and needless to say, I found some really cool ones. They were kind of yucky a little, so I wiped them up, and then now we're going to take this distressing ink and we're going to make them look old. So you're going to want to take that distressing pad and just kind of dab it all around the bottle. So then I'm just going to continue to do that to the second bottle so that it's equally grubbed up, and we'll do that to that third one too. Now I'm just going back in and kind of adding a little more in spots that I think need it. They're looking pretty grubby. Now taking a paper towel, we're just going to kind of blot it. See how it's looking a little murky and smoky? That's the effect you want. Now I'm just repeating the process on the second bottle, and we're going to do the same thing on the third. I let them dry overnight, and then I took them outside and used this Krylon clear sealer to seal in the ink, because otherwise it would still wipe off. You want to wear a mask when you're spraying this, or at the very least hold your breath when you spray it, because you don't want to breathe that in. Let that dry for about an hour, and then you're ready for the next step. Then I found these awesome labels by the Chocolate Rabbit on Etsy. And if you get a chance, check out her stuff because she has some really cool things. The digital file will run you about $3.45, and that is quite a deal. I had them printed at Office Depot, and now we're going to go ahead and cut them out. Now we're going to use a little Mod Podge. You're going to want to see where you're going to put the label, and then you're going to take some of that Mod Podge and put it on the bottle itself. Now coat the whole entire back of the label with the Mod Podge. Now you're going to want to position the label on the bottle where you want it, and then make sure it's straight, and then you're going to go ahead and lightly just press it down. Now I'm just going to repeat the process for the other two bottles. We're going to take some ground cinnamon and we're going to sprinkle this all over the bottles to give them an even grubbier look. And you just kind of want to rub that in. And that's how you make a poison potion bottle. A little while back, I was at the Salvation Army and I came across this little box. It was $2.99, and I thought, well, you know, I could put a cute saying on it, I could put some flowers in it, and then it came to me, a witch's recipe box. I spray painted the box in a flat black paint. I let the paint dry overnight. Then I sanded the edges to give it a little character. Now I have this little cement spoon that I'm going to use, and I also have some cement letters. Now if you can't find anything like that, you could always use like a vintage little spoon on there, and maybe some raised letters you could glue on there. Those you should be able to find very easily. I'm just staggering these around, just kind of getting a look of how I want it to look before I actually put some glue on the back of this. Now I'm really liking how this looks, so I'm going to get the E6000 out and we're going to glue these down. You just want to put enough that it's going to stick. You don't want to put too much glue that it's going to leak out the side when you press it down. You want to make sure that it's in the right position, because once it dries, it is stuck on there. So I'm just putting a light coat of glue on the back of the letters so that those can be glued down too. If you think you have too much glue, just wipe it off on a paper towel. And I left them overnight to dry. Time for some recipe cards. I got these from the Chocolate Rabbit on Etsy. I will leave a link in the description so that you can go on Etsy and find her. I had these all printed at Office Depot, and now we're going to go ahead and we're just going to cut these out with scissors. She has some really cute recipes. They're like toad on toast, snake oil. She even has a disclaimer, just so you know that these are not real recipes. So we're going to just take a little bit of craft paper and we're going to kind of crinkle it up and put it at the bottom of the recipe box so that the recipes can stand up a little higher. So you're just going to want to like fluff them up a little, like spread them out. And I think that looks pretty good. You can even drape some of that creepy cloth over it. If you like this episode of Flea Market Rescue and you want to see more episodes like this, please subscribe to my channel and ring the bell. I'm Kelly Sherry, and this has been Flea Market Rescue.